It's time for the Tahryn and Karen Show. Two travel agents. One wild ride.
Hey, I'm Taryn.
Hey, and I'm Karen, and welcome to another episode of the Tahryn and Karen Show. How's it going, Taryn?
Number six. Number six.
Number 6.
It's
Yeah,
going great.
we are
How
just
are you doing?
rolling right along. Loving it. So, today I was hoping, Taryn, that we could talk about one of the trending topics that's out there related to travel, which
Okay, what do you
is
got?
what are your biggest pet peeves when it comes to airplane and airports?
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
this like I could talk about this
Oh
for
boy.
all day, all day, all day, all day. So
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it, but last week
So I
it
hear this was
was
trending
everywhere.
while I was in Mexico.
Yes, it was. It
Okay.
was of course, I'm a big watcher of the Today Show for second, third, and fourth hour. And so they were talking about it every hour. And I was like, yes, finally, someone is talking about this. Like, people, I'm just going to put it out there. Listeners, there is etiquette when you are in an airplane and when you are in the airport. And I don't care who you are. I will even call out myself. I don't always pay attention to everything. But let me tell you, I've got some big pet peeves. It's too true.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hit me.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Okay. All right. My number one, and this was number one across the board when it came to the report last week. When the airplane lands, stay in your seat. There's no reason to get up, open up the above compartments and get your luggage out. Because guess what? We all have somewhere to go. I don't know about you, but usually if you're on the airplane, you're going somewhere, whether it's going home, to vacation, to work, we all have somewhere to get. So guess what? It's okay to stay in your seats until that row before you gets up and goes. It's totally fine. You're not more
Yeah.
special than anybody else on that plane. And can you tell this is my number one pet peeve? And if you
I can
think you're
tell.
that
She's loaded.
big shot, oh, I hate this. If you think you're that most important, then book first class, the first row, so you can get
Yeah.
off right away. And
Yeah.
then you know what? You are the big deal. Big deal. Okay. That's one of my pet peeves. What's one of yours? Number one pet peeve for Karen. Number one.
Yeah, that is their number one pet peeve. I would say, so on the airplane, my number one is when people, so like I get you're on a long flight and you take your shoes off or whatever, which I have done as well on long flights, but I never
Mhm.
take my socks off. Okay.
Oh,
But I've seen and
no,
have had
no,
people do this to me. Socks
no.
are off and you see toes like resting at the back of your armrest. Like they put
Why?
their foot up
Why?
on the road.
No. Oh, God, that is not even part of their seat. I'm sorry. Your seat is with
Yeah,
armrests,
it's
which we'll
my
talk about
seat
in
and
a
your toes
second.
are on my thing
Yeah, are on my
and
armrest. Oh,
your feet are
no.
on the dirty plain floor before you put them up there.
Oh my God. Do you want to know the last time that was cleaned? Let me tell you, probably the first time it was installed. Like,
Yeah, when it was in
roar.
service. Yeah.
No.
I'm the one
Oh,
who like on when you board on United, so I fly United a lot. There's a store there with a basket of alcohol wipes, sanitizing wipes. And those are like, it's my favorite smell. I love the smell of like clean, right? Well, especially on the
yes.
airplane. And so I'm the one that's like, everything in my space that I can touch, I'm cleaning it. But
Yeah.
then you got toe guy behind you who's like, here's my toes. I don't like that.
Right? No, I don't like that either. Um, let's see. What's another good one of mine? Oh, when you're in the airport, believe it or not, there is a way to walk down. Like, on when you're driving a car, right? Right
Yeah.
side goes one way, left side goes the other way. That's like the flow in an airport too. And I got a
Yeah. And
really
in
great
any
one.
normal social situation.
Right. That's kind of how we do it, right? One way, get in the flow and go. And if you're going to be slower, move over to the right, like we're driving a car. Don't be in the fast lane. Oh, and here's my number 2 pet peeve. Don't just stop. And don't just stop in the middle. Because then
Yes.
everybody is running around. Okay. Like all of a sudden, we're all going to fall because we're all going to run into each other. Don't just stop. If you have
Yeah.
to, especially if you're traveling with children, I get it. Sometimes things happen. Get over into the right lane a little bit more and
The
pull over to
side.
the
Yeah.
side. You're not more important than anybody else. And again, we all got somewhere to go. So just follow the
My
flow of
husband
traffic.
calls.
It's really not that hard.
So I sometimes will do that, but I try to be conscious of like get to the side. Like I'm a slow walker, so I always try to move myself to the right. But there's people who just like stop in the middle of the concourse and like they're blocking everybody. My husband calls them
Yeah.
traffic cones.
Oh my God, I love that. That is totally what they are. They are traffic cones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we say, stop coning. Stop coning it. Get out of the way.
Right?
That's
Oh
a
my
good
God, we
one.
need to make
That's
a bumper
definitely a good one.
sticker with that and put that on like suitcases. Stop being a coner.
Stop being a
And
coner.
then we just
You
slap
know
on
what drives me
people's
crazy? One of mine that
what?
makes me crazy is at baggage claim when people don't know what their bag looks like. Like you just
Oh,
had your bag like a
right.
couple hours ago and you don't remember what it looks like.
Right?
I know accidents
Or
happen and, a company will produce, what, 50,000 of the same bag, but the chances of the same bag being on the same flight are fairly low. I know there's a lot of similar colors and that's why people put like the luggage tag or the ribbon or whatever you
yes.
put on your bag. But like, and I will say sometimes it can rip off and I get that, but I've seen more than once somebody take my bag off the belt, look at it, realize their name is not Tahryn
It
from
isn't?
Short Sea
What?
Vacation because there is a big white Short Sea Vacation tag on it and put it back on the belt. So that kind of makes
Right?
me crazy.
Oh my God. So speaking of baggage claim, no, that's totally it. I have watched people just take them off. I was like, seriously, you don't know what your bag is? Put a big and like stick a
Yeah.
sticker on it. That's like, yeah, it'll work. It's
And what's
fine.
funny is like when they
But
actually get
also,
the bag, it's like a completely different color. It's like they took a black bag off and their bag
yeah,
is purple.
yeah, it's like, do you not know your luggage? Well, then the other thing is when you're standing there at baggage claim and they just feel the need to walk right in front of you and stand in front of you, even though you're like right there. Like I've established my
Uh-huh.
position. I know my
Yeah.
bag is coming, but I'm not going to walk around because I'm going to wait that extra 30 seconds and be polite and wait for people. Oh
Wait for
God,
the bag.
no. Yeah. I mean, I always say I like to go early to the airport because I like to observe all the stuff that's going on because I swear
Yeah.
when
People
people
watch.
travel, they become different people. Like for a while there, I would tell you I was like a stressed out flyer. Like my husband, love you, honey. Hope you're listening. He would say to me, "Oh, is Airport Karen going to come out? Is Airport Karen
Oh
coming out?
no.
Oh, Airport Karen."
Airport
So
Karen has
I've
a
now,
name.
yeah, so now I've gotten much better. Airport Karen hasn't come out because I'm just like, let it go. Roll your eyes 10,000 times. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just let it go. Like stuff is going to happen. You cannot control a thing. But
Yeah.
one thing you can control, Taryn, you can control your layovers.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm just gonna put this out there. People, 25-minute layovers are not possible.
Not feasible.
30-minute layovers, not possible. Not
Nope.
possible. Okay. It is a machine making up these airline schedules. It is not a human. If you think that you can get off in an airport, off a plane, and get somewhere in 20 minutes, oh, please, especially in Miami or in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I want to
Especially if you're
videotape
sitting in the
please
last
so
row in
send me-
economy. If
Yes,
you're in the
please
back
send
of
it
that,
to
even
us.
if you were in the first front row, row
Yeah.
1, you're probably still not making that flight.
No, but if you do, please videotape it, send it to us. We'd love to host you on here and understand how you did it. Because it just doesn't work. And those are also going to be
Yeah.
your cheap flights. But those are the people then who are standing up on the plane because they got to get somewhere
Yeah.
because they know they've got 20 minutes. you're not going to make it.
You
I
know
don't
what's
care.
worse than the standers? There's people that are worse than the standers. There's the people who stand up right away and try to run up as far as they can in the aisle. So like they're in
Oh,
the back
yes.
of the plane, they're trying to get to the front.
Yeah. And they feel like, since you're taking 30 seconds, I'm going to go past you. I'm already standing and I'm good to go. And I'm more important.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No.
I won't book clients. So there's some vendors out there that will not make it a valid connection if it's not at least, I think it's 75 minutes or 90 minutes, something like that.
I will do, honestly, if you're flying United going through Denver, I'll do like a 45 minute because United in Denver is pretty good about this is my wing. You're staying within, you can do it. 45 minutes in Minneapolis. How about an hour and a half minimum? Like, and when you come back in the United States, like people in the United, when you come back in and you're hitting immigration, you better be giving yourself, even with global entry, because that's getting so popular, you better be giving yourself at least 2 hours. At least 2 hours.
You know what happened to me in global entry when I came back from Mexico? I went to the global entry line. I went to the kiosk. They just take your picture now. And it came back and said, I don't have global entry. And so the officer that was there, he's like, it's saying you don't have global entry. And so I whip out, I carry the card. They give you the plastic card that says you have it. I have that in my little passport holder. I was like, got the card. And he's like, you're going to have to go see an agent. So I had to get online and speak to somebody. And basically it was like a check-in kind of thing. Like, it doesn't expire until next year. So it was just like, oh, we just want to make sure everything is still accurate. I'm like, okay. But if I was trying to make a connection, like I was just coming home and whatever, but like I'd be flipping out because you expect to roll through there quick and it was not quick.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like immigration line. For those of us who don't have global entry, we're all going through it. So you might as well just get in the line, act like a zombie, and you're just going to get through it. There's nothing you can do.
No.
Nothing. You just got to go through it.
Everybody's got to do
and
it.
Security. Hey, I got an idea for people. This is another good pet peeve of Karen. Speaking of being in the airport, security. Okay. So let's say you're standing in security. I don't care if you got TSA pre-check, whatever, right? Okay. There's these things called liquids. Some airports, you still have to pull them out. Guess what? There's this thing called a laptop. I don't care what airport you were in, you got to pull that laptop out. So here's just a tip, people. While you're standing there waiting in line, because sometimes the lines are long, I don't know, maybe pull that stuff out ahead of time. Or I don't know, you got that water bottle in your hand that you're drinking water out of? Might want to drink that before you get into security. Oh, I got to take my shoes off. Have you not been listening to this wonderful TSA agent who's been telling us about everything that needs to go? And that poor person probably tells it themselves in their sleep, but because we don't listen. Just listen a little bit, people. It would make security go so much faster. Just get your stuff out. Takes 30 seconds. Put your bed before
Do you have pre-check?
I don't have pre-check. No, I'm getting it though. But I don't have it.
Get global entry instead because it comes with pre-check.
Yeah, included. For me, I have to drive all the way down to Chicago to get it. So I got to drive 5 hours round trip to get it. And now, so I've been using the mobile passport, and that for me goes just as fast.
Yeah, pretty quick.
So,
but so
it's
the
just
TSA, the
it's
pre-check
just not at every airport.
In Newark, we have so I have global entry, which comes with pre-check, and then I layered clear on top of it. And so we go to the clear line. I don't have to show my boarding pass. Well, no, they have to scan your boarding pass, but then I don't have to show my ID, my passport, anything like that. I don't have to take my laptop, my iPad, all that stuff doesn't come out. And my husband, when we travel together, we have it down. Like once we drop the bag at bag check, I travel with a big tote. He starts taking off his watch, his belt, everything goes in my purse. So we have everything together. And that when we get up to the counter to drop your thing on the belt, like we're ready to roll.
Yeah, right? It's not hard. Like you got a long necklace on, either A, take it off, or throw it to the back, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get spun. Like it's just these little tips, but they are seriously pet peeves where I'm like,
I know.
what?
I used to be a proponent of, so like, especially in the summer, you have a lot of people that maybe go on one vacation a year, and so they're not used to being in the airport. They're not used to the process, if the process has changed, like, so they're just not like well schooled in it, right? So I think, and then you have the business travelers. You could always tell, especially during the week, who's traveling on business, who does it, frequently. I always say there should be like a family line so that when you have the
Yeah.
kids that are, like, I know kids are a lot. I get it. You're trying to get the family through the airport, but like give them the space to do that without, a bunch of
Yes.
angry business travelers behind you waiting to, kind of get on their way. So I was always a proponent of like, let's have a family line. Yep, it didn't take off.
Like I love that. Like remember that's how we met. Like right was in
Yes, we
Cancun, and I'm
did.
directing
If you
people to go
you
to
did
the
not hear that
family line.
episode, Karen and I met in
Yeah, you need to go.
Mexico at the immigration line where we literally ran into each other because it was so crowded. It was backing up the escalator.
Yeah, and they have a family area, and then they have the adult, and it's beautiful. Like I would pay extra to just go
Yeah,
down an adult only, like
yeah,
like 13 and older. Like you should be old enough.
absolutely.
Um,
I had a
yeah, I could
consultation
go.
yesterday with a new client, new couple that was interested in working with me. They recently retired and they're starting to think about, over the next 3 to 5 years, the big trips, the little trips, whatever. And so we're talking, and they had mentioned fast track, airport fast track.
Oh,
And so if you haven't done that, a lot
absolutely,
of the Caribbean islands offer fast track. And so I was like,
so
oh, he
worth
goes,
it.
he's like, are you familiar with that? I was like, oh boy, I do not travel to an island without fast track. The only exception is Mexico because the price in Mexico is
Right?
astronomically high. But like Dominican
Yes.
Republic, if you do it on arrival and exit, they have a pool at the airport that you can swim in before you get on your flight. Now, I would not do
Yeah.
that because I don't want to get on my flight after swimming and not showering, and like that's not me. But for people with kids, you have a long layover, you're at the airport super early, like, but the fast track part, like getting into immigration, a lot of these countries, for example, Antigua was where we learned the lesson. Our line in Antigua was 2 hours because they only had two
Yeah.
agents for three planes that came in at the same time.
Yeah. That
Get to
was
your
like
vacation faster.
when we Turks and Caicos, we needed it for leaving
Yeah,
because it
yeah,
was so bad. Oh my God. This is what I tell people. Listen, you're going to spend $4,000 to $5,000 on a trip, but you're not going to spend $50 for fast pass to get yourself to the beach. Wrong. Wrong answer. This is going to get you
yeah,
through the airport in 5 minutes or
yeah.
less.
Like I said,
They don't
get to
even
your
look at your
vacation faster.
yeah, and your luggage gets out faster too, so you can hit everything and be on your way. Like, and
Yeah,
plus, and then on the back, most of the time they have a lounge you can sit in. So sit, have a couple cocktails. The money's on. Listen, airports we all know are super expensive, so you're better off to pay the $50, get the
and have a
get
lounge.
through
Yeah,
immigration, and then get the lounge where you can have some food to eat that's not costing you $9,000. So
yeah.
and a beverage. I mean,
I don't always
yeah.
do it on the
No,
return. It depends on where I am if I do the return. I definitely, I say tell my clients all the time, they're like, "Do you think it's worth it to get it for arrival, departure, or both?" I was like, "Look, if money's a challenge, do it for arrival at least, because that's when
at
you're
least.
anxious, you're trying to get on vacation. On the way back, especially when you have a transfer set up, they build in enough time that like you're not usually running for your plane, but it's a
Right.
nice to have, I think, on the return. I will do it in certain places.
I will also
Like
say that I tell people if you're gonna do it, upgrade your transfers upon
yeah,
arrival so that you don't
yeah,
have a shared one because you
to
might
try
have
to,
paid for it, but if that bus is not full, it
yeah,
doesn't
you're
matter. You
waiting.
could be 3 hours. So
Yeah.
now we need to do both.
Speaking of that, I
Um,
have to set that up for my my trip this weekend. Now that I think about it. There's a fast track in the Dubai airport that I should probably sign up for.
Yeah, you should probably sign up for that because you know, unless, well, yeah, you should do that so that you don't meet another agent and start another podcast, another agent, because then I'll be jealous and I won't be able to handle
Without,
it.
yeah,
'Cause
I can't be cheating on Karen. But I think it's gonna be
no,
more so like I'm rolling off a 12, 13-hour flight, and
yeah,
my patience for immigration might be a little thin.
I would have zero patience. I will admit at that point, I probably would stand up, but I would not open the
Can't try to
above
do
compartment.
it. I have had those
Did you?
flights where you like the last hour you're just like a fidget and you're like, I have to get off this plane.
I gotta get off. I'm gonna punch someone if I've got to breathe this air one more time. But
Yeah.
speaking of one thing I didn't mention, did you know now the FAA? I don't know how they're going to regulate this, but they are going to charge people if you stand up, and
No,
if you
I didn't hear that.
unbuckle your seatbelt, up to $27,000 is your fine. If
For
you
doing what?
unbuckle, if you unbuckle and stand up at the gate before the pilot does the ding ding ding, if they catch you,
Wow.
you could get fined up to $27,000. So you don't know where those air marshals sit on those planes.
Yeah.
like,
I am a big offender of
like,
that. I will admit it. I unbuckle before the ding, but
oh,
I will not be doing that anymore.
I'm not so much the ding. I'm the, oh, we hit the ground. Great. Let me grab my cell phone out. Now I can talk to people, right? Like now I can
That's
get all
allowed.
my
That's allowed.
messages. Yeah, that's allowed.
You
Like
can do
that's my
that
thing. But I don't unbuckle until like
until
the
the
row
light
in
goes
front
off.
of me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. But
That's okay.
yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, we just need a little bit more airport and airplane etiquette, folks. Just a little bit,
Yeah.
not much.
If you guys have
Oh
some pet peeves, we would love to hear them. So drop a comment
my gosh.
wherever you're listening. We would love to read through those.
Please tell us because I love airplane and airport stories. They make me
Yes.
giggle.
You can maybe we'll if you have a good story, we might have you on as a special guest. So drop a
Yes,
note.
just so you can tell everybody about it. And
Yeah.
then you can tell us additional things about what you like or don't like about the airport. So awesome. Well, Tahryn, this has been a super fun episode.
It's been a fun one.
I could talk about this for a whole day.
I
I
love it.
hope that you have a smooth sailing flight for Dubai, that you don't have any
Thank you.
airplane or airport issues. But if you do take note, please let us know. I'd love to hear about it.
Oh my gosh. We will
Oh my
see you
gosh.
next time in another episode, guys.
See you next time,
Bye.
folks. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Tahryn and Karen Show. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode.